Hello everyone, welcome to S2S Classes. In this video, we will study Chapter 5 of Unit 3 Class 5th NCERT, that is, My Shadow. Basically, it is a poem. If you have not subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe it and like this video and give your valuable comments in the section below. So let us begin with the poem now. So, before starting the poem, as the name suggests, it says my shadow. So a shadow is something which stays with us forever. So, do you know whether there is light, someone follows you? Have you ever wondered who it is? So the answer is shadow. It follows us everywhere. Now, let us read the poem. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. So here the poet is portraying that what he feels when he looks at the shadow. So he says there's a little shadow that goes in and out with me. He looks similar to me, okay? Because obviously it's your shadow, it will be similar, and it jumps before me when I jump into the bed. So when you can see the child is jumping on the bed, but the shadow has already jumped. So these are the lines that are beautifully explaining that how the child feels when he looks at the shadow. Let us look at the next stanza now. So the next stanza says, the funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow, for he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there is none of him at all. So obviously when we all look at our shadows, it's sometimes small and sometimes big. That means it does not follow a particular pattern like humans. So this is what the poet is saying, that it is the funniest thing about him because he is not following any proper pattern like the normal children take, which is very slow to grow, because sometimes he shoots up taller like an India rubber ball and sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. So one morning, very early before the sun, I was up. I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup, but my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. So you can see the innocence. The child says that when he was up before the sun, he found that his lazy shadow. He's saying that the shadow was lazy because that day it didn't follow him and he was sleeping in the bed while the poet was moving outside. Now we know that why it happened, because the sun was not there and the light was not there, so he was not able to see his shadow. So this is the end of the poem, which is written by Robert Louis Stevenson. So we understand that he is talking about everything about the shadow, that it is very funny that it does not follow any proper pattern to grow. It's sometimes very big, sometimes small, and when there is light, only then we have a shadow and it stays with us forever. So here are some new words to look at which we learned from the poem. It's India rubber ball. Now a ball that can bounce very high. So I represented this arrow. So basically it's a ball that can bounce very high. It's an India rubber ball. It was written right, for he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball. Then we have buttercup is a yellow flower. I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. So buttercup is a yellow flower. And then errant is bad, but my lazy little shadow like an errant sleepyhead. Errant is something bad. So I hope the new words and the poem is clear to you so that we can move ahead with the chapter ahead, right? So here it says let's read, and here are a few questions which we need to answer by the poem we read. So who do you think your shadow looks like? So obviously the answer will be my shadow. I'll write it over here. Completely looks like me. Then, why do you think your shadow jumps into bed before you can? Because the shadow is not a physical thing and it appears faster than light. It is because of that my shadow jumps into bed before I can. So here the answer is that because it is not a physical thing and appears faster than light. And appears faster than light. Then what times of the day do you think it is when your shadow is the tallest and why? So our shadow is the tallest in the morning because it is sun rays are slanting at the time of sunrise, because the sun rays are slanting at this time. Then we have read the lines from the poem and answer the following. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head. Who does he refer to? So he refers to the shadow over here. Then who does me refer to? Me refers to the poet. And why are he and me alike? Because I'll write down the answer over here. Because they look exactly like each other. They look exactly like each other. So we are done with all the 4 questions. Let's move ahead, okay? Now it says let's talk, work in pairs and discuss the following. What would you do if a dog chases you? So I'll write the answers according to my personal choice and imagination. You need to write your point of views. So the answers can be different, but I'm just giving you a hint about how to write the answers. So what would you do if a dog chases you? If a dog chases me, I would not run and instead walk slowly. Then next is, if you have forgotten your homework copy at home, I would apologize to my class teacher about it, or to my teacher about it. Then you are alone in a room and the lights go out. I would light a candle. So the answers are according to my choice. As I said, the answers can be very different, so you fill them accordingly. Now let's move ahead, okay? So it says fun time. Now what we need to do is shine a torch behind your hand and see its shadow on the wall. Now move the torch a little away and then see the shadow on the wall. Now do you find a difference in the size of the hand on the wall? So what you need to do is, do you find a difference in the size of the hand of the wall? So it is a fun time, so it is an activity for you. Now this is an activity as well as an homework task for you. You need to perform this activity and tell me the results in the comment section, and please do this as this is very interesting and you will love doing it, and I will be waiting for your answers. So do you find any difference in the size of the hand on the wall? Please perform this activity. Then the next is working together. Work in groups of 5 and make a large hand on a plain sheet and mark the names of finger, thumb and palm on the hand. Use the hints given in the box. So it's written for middle, ring, small and thumb. So what you need to do is you need to draw a hand. Obviously this is a very bad drawing, so I'm just telling you that you need to draw a hand, and then you need to mark the thumb and all the other fingers and the palm on it. Now what you'll do is you'll take the help of this box and name each and every finger accordingly, so that this is an activity and we all know that which one is the middle finger, which one is the ring finger, which one is the small finger, and which one is the thumb, and we know, right? So what you need to do is you need to mark them on your hands and then draw it on a big plain sheet and paste it somewhere in your room. Like the next is, do the actions as given below and observe which part or fingers of your hand is being used. So pointing at a door, bounce a ball, scratch your chin, twist your ear, comb your hair, draw with a pencil and touch a flower. So we need to see that which part or fingers of the hand is being used. So I'll write here, okay? So pointing at a door, when we are pointing at a door, forefinger is used. Our forefinger is used, and these are very helpful hints for you, because when you'll see that pointing at a door is done by the forefinger, you'll obviously know that which one is the forefinger. Then the second is to bounce a ball. To bounce a ball we need our palm. We use our palm. Then the third is to scratch your chin. Again we have the forefinger over here. Then it is to twist your ear and comb your hair. For twisting your ear, thumb and forefinger again, and the thumb, while I'll write the answers above over here. And to comb your hair, all the fingers. Okay, all the fingers. Then we have draw with a pencil and touch a flower. So to touch a flower, again forefinger is used, while to draw with a pencil and forefinger touch. Okay, forefinger. So we are clear with this. It was just a normal fun activity for you, so you can do it, and this was the homework task. Please tell me and then label all the fingers with their names. Okay, now let's move ahead. Okay, so it says let's write. Now fill in the blanks using one of the words given in the brackets. So we need to find the suitable word and fill it in the blank so that the sentence is meaningful and complete. So where is the child dash parents have come to school? Who, whose, which. So we'll write whose here. Where is the child whose parents have come to school? I saw many houses which were quite spacious, whose were quite spacious, and who were quite spacious. So we'll write which here. You need to fill the word according to the sentence. Okay, mathematics, which is my favorite subject, is so interesting. The poem dash you read out is so lovely. Whose, which, that. So the poem that you read out is so lovely. I know the street which he lives on. I like reading books that have pictures in it. Who have pictures in it? Which have pictures in it? So the correct one is that have pictures in it. The old lady whom I met in your house is my neighbor. So we are done with this, and if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me. Then next we have complete the description by answering the questions below. So here are some questions given here to help us writing a description. So first let me read out the questions for you. It says, what do you think is the name of the dog? Why is she called that? What color is she? Do you think she's friendly? And what does she like to eat? So basically description is writing facts about something, giving information about that. Okay, so we need to write a description by answering the following questions, as the answers will make a complete description for the dog. So now write a few lines on Mithu and his little dog named Shadow. So the name of the dog is Shadow and the owner is Mithu. So this description has been given to us and we need to complete it. So I'll write 1 to 2 lines and then you need to complete it further according to your own creativity. I'll read out a small description for you. So the first line can be, Mithu is a very shy boy. He is 10 years old. He has a cute dog. He has a cute dog named Shadow. So this is how you can start your description and then continue it further by answering the following questions. I'll read out a small description for you. Mithu likes to call her Shadow as she always follows Mithu wherever he goes. She's white in color, she's very friendly and loves her neighbors. She always enjoys eating chicken and the leftover bones. So all the questions will be answered as well as our description will be completed. So you need to complete this according to your imagination and creativity. The next thing is say aloud. Here are some words which we need to say aloud. It says shoe, shadow, fish, bush, ship, sheep, dish, wash, shell, shade, wish, brush. So you can see that all these words were sounding a little bit similar and you should practice speaking these words by your own. Okay, then we have a little stanza which we will read. When the sun shines, I can see my shadow right in front of me. When the sun shines, I can see my shadow right in front of me. When I walk, my shadow walks. When I hop, my shadow hops. When I jump, my shadow jumps. And when I stop, my shadow stops. And these lines were written by Louis Binder Scott. So these lines basically tell us about the shadow, how it moves with us, how it moves in the same direction as we move. So with this we have come to the end of the poem. In the poem we read about shadow, how it moves and how it grows not in a proper manner, and then we read about many words to fill the sentences. I hope that the poem is clear to you. If you have any problem, you can ask me in the comment section. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and give your valuable comments, and if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe. We'll study the next chapter in the next video. That's all. Thank you.